This week's episode is sponsored by the following.
Salutations, wrestling fans. I'm CCW pitchman Donnie Harris Jr., welcoming you to another edition of Superstars of the Ring, where we are excited to announce we now have our main event for WRESTLEBASH 30 in Blackshear, Georgia on August 28th. It is going to be a three-way battle for the World Heavyweight Championship. You may remember last week, Cecil Andrews and Landon Cruz faced off against each other for a number one contendership for the World Heavyweight title. Their match went the lengths and both men tested the mettle of the other, but it ended in a double countout. CCW Commissioner Justin Taylor stepped in and said, "All right, that's fine. You two got so much fight in you, both of you will be in the main event of WRESTLEBASH 30. And so in Blackshear, Georgia, World Heavyweight Champion Darian Drummond will be defending the title against Cecil Andrews and Landon Cruz. And now we come to the first matchup this week. Cobra Singh has been a deadly force here in CCW. With that Cobra clutch, he has put away every competitor that has stepped into the ring with him thus far. That did not deter Motorhead Paul Roberts. He went to Justin Taylor. He said, "Put me in, commish. Let's see if I can slay the insurmountable serpent that is Cobra Singh." So it was in Palatka that the match was made. Could Paul Roberts beat Cobra Singh, a thing that no man before him had been able to do? Well, let's see.
Ladies and gentlemen, once more I present to you,
Continental Championship Wrestling Superstars of the Ring here in Palatka, Florida, with the vicious, the Cobra Singh taking on heavy metal Paul Roberts. And last time we saw Cobra Singh in the ring, he set a record for the quickest victory in CCW history. He is a dangerous man.
Yes, and I admire the courage of Paul Roberts wanting to go up against a man, go up against a man as vicious as Cobra Singh. You see, that Cobra clutch is about all he needs to do to put away an opponent. As fans saw a few weeks ago here there at Stomping Grounds, Cobra Singh just manhandling Paul Roberts. How do you prepare against a man like Cobra Singh?
There's nothing you can do. And he's already going for the Cobra clutch. He's already going for the Cobra clutch. He's got it locked in.
Jimmy, I don't think this match is going to be much longer.
Nowhere for Paul Roberts to go.
I might be announcing the winner very soon. Can Paul Roberts power out of it? No, he cannot. don't know, Jimmy. That is a decision for CCW Commissioner Justin Taylor. But it looks like these two men want to go at each other.
What a battle that would be if these two men never able to either be that quick solid, never able to get the ring and take each other. We've seen Cody Knight say he doesn't like to up over Singh, and I'm sure he'll be going a little closer to Singh rather than this.
The question is, can our officials keep them separated at this time? These two men get started their tail down Grace Fellowship. Jimmy, and as you brought up, CCW Commissioner is watching. He gives the fans what they want. Could the fans want to see Cobra Singh versus Cody Knight?
Cody Knight coming to the save of Motorhead Paul Roberts. And as soon as the men from Kodiak Island, Alaska locked eyes with the insurmountable serpent, it got fans wondering. It got people asking, what would happen if those two faced off in a CCW ring? It was a question that CCW Commissioner Justin Taylor wanted to have the answer to, and so he made it official. At WrestleBash 30, it will be Cody Knight facing off against Cobra Singh. Can our ring hold the sheer power that both men possess, and who is the true titan of CCW? And now we move on to the tag team division here in Continental Championship Wrestling. It was Chris Turner and Mike Anthony defending their tag team titles once again in Palatka, Florida. This time facing off once more with Cole Bohanan. In the past, Cole Bohanan had teamed with Paul Roberts in an attempt to win the tag team titles from the defending champions. He was not successful. This time, family stepped in. The cousin of Cole Bohanan, Blain Rage, said, hey man, come on, I'll teach you. We'll be a team, and together we'll bring tag team titles to the family and be champions. The question was, could Cole Bohanan and Blain Rage coexist long enough to win those tag team titles? So, let's see how well they actually did against the defending world tag team champions, Mike Anthony and Chris Turner.
Introducing first, the challengers. First,
CCW World Tag Team Championships on the line as the Wild Thing Mike Anthony and Rock and Roll Chris Turner defend against the cousin duo of Blain Rage and Cole Bohanan.
And Jimmy, you may remember, this is their second time facing off against Cole Bohanan. This time, though, he has a different tag team partner in his cousin, Blain Rage. Will he have more success than he did when he challenged last time with Motorhead Paul Roberts?
And of course, Cole Bohanan has not been too happy with a lot of things going on recently in CCW. You have to think, if anything was going to make him happy, it's tagging with his cousin.
Well, he already got one chance at championship gold. If he cannot win here tonight with Blain Rage, it could be a very, very long time before he climbs the ladder and gets another title shot. And, you know, there's a little bit of contrast between Blain Rage and his cousin, Cole Bohanan. You know, Blain Rage, a veteran here in CCW and afar, plays it very safe, very likable guy. Cole Bohanan, not so much.
No, of course, Cole Bohanan is the menace from Memphis, Tennessee. Never in a good mood, always a scowl on his face, always looking to bend the rules a little bit. Blain Rage plays by the rules, happy to be here, happy to be in Palatka, Florida, to wrestle in front of these fans here.
Very interesting, even though they're family, very interesting on how they're going to work together. Because Cole Bohanan, it's kind of funny, he's in a tag team championship because he does not work well with others. Probably not even his cousin, Blain Rage. We'll see here. Blain Rage showing some aggression here against tag team champion Chris Turner.
But of course, that sportsmanship plays through. You see, he takes Chris Turner down, immediately goes for the handshake, lets him back up. I don't think Cole Bohanan would do the same.
Well, Blain Rage, you know, wants the title, obviously, but he's not going to be a jackass trying to get it.
Chris Turner takes over Blain Rage, working that side headlock right there in the center of the ring. Great ring control here as Blain Rage trying to get the crowd here in Palatka behind him, able to muscle his way back up to his feet.
Blain Rage has a lot of experience, but so does Chris Turner. Facing many different people, Chris Turner, multiple titles won here in CCW, currently defending the tag titles with his partner, Wild Thing Mike Anthony.
And the two men in the ring may be the two most experienced wrestlers in CCW. We're seeing that experience play off, but whoa, this will be the first time we see how Cole Bohanan does in this tag team championship contest.
You know, Blain Rage has seen plenty of ring wars here, giving his cousin a chance to step in and make his mark.
And you already see just the difference in attitude between the two. Got Chris Turner up against the ropes and driving his knee right into the...
I think the ref needs a closer look. I don't think that knee's hitting Chris Turner's belly, if you know what I mean.
Oh, nice clothesline there. Turns the tides. Chris Turner trying to get Bohanan back to his feet.
Bohanan trying to get back to that vertical base, as you said, Jimmy. Chris Turner tagging in Wild Thing Mike Anthony.
And this is where the tempo of this match is going to pick up. The electrifying Mike Anthony. Double superplex takes Bohanan down.
Chris Turner and Mike Anthony are a well-oiled team. Have been teammates for a number of years now. Of course, Jimmy, you're well aware of their war they had with the Diamond Exchange. Diamond Exchange almost taking over CCW until Mike Anthony and Chris Turner, along with Landon Cruz, put a stop to it.
And I don't think it really matters how much experience you have as a tag team if you're going against family, which is what Cole Bohanan and Blain Rage are. These two are cousins. Blain Rage has always been known to calm down the hot-headed Cole Bohanan to make sure that he doesn't take things too far, but right now he's looking to take it to Mike Anthony and get out of this hold Mike Anthony has.
Mike Anthony and Cole Bohanan, to put it bluntly, hate each other. Fans may remember they had a little exchange at the Pushing Over podcast. Little shout out to them. And neither man like each other. You know, Wild Thing has earned his stripes here in CCW. Cole Bohanan says he has, but so far hasn't always proven that in the ring. But he could prove it if he beats Mike Anthony and Chris Turner for the tag titles.
No, Cole Bohanan loves to complain, loves to run his mouth. Right now, he would love to take control of the match, which is exactly what he does. Grabbing the hair, doing whatever he can. Doesn't matter what it takes. He is going to do it to get control of the match. And you can see here on the corner, Blain Rage might not agree with everything his cousin's doing in the ring.
And this is why Cole Bohanan is a man alone. Not even the Diamond Exchange wants to work with him.
But you can't deny that right now it is being effective as Chris Turner's trying to get the crowd here.
It is being effective, as much as I don't like it. Although I don't know how effective it is, Mike Anthony trying to rally back. Crowd getting behind Mike Anthony. Cole Bohanan having none of that. Just vicious hits to Mike Anthony's head. Referee giving the count.
No.
Mike Anthony, not surprisingly, breaks the count at 4 before he could be disqualified at the count of 5.
Oh, clothesline takes out Mike Anthony.
One hit for good measure there.
And it looked like Bohanan was going to tag out to his cousin Blain Rage, but thought better of it and snuck attack and surprised Mike Anthony with that.
A surprise tactic, but it worked. Although it didn't work for long, Mike Anthony rallying back.
Taking Bohanan off the rope with the clothesline.
A vicious clothesline, could it be enough? Mike Anthony going for the pin. 1, 2.
Not quite enough to retain the tag team championships. Cole Bohanan continues.
Referee telling us it was only a 2. Cole Bohanan on the ground trying to get back to that vertical base. Mike Anthony helping him out, but I don't think it's going to end well.
And gouging the eyes right now. And once again, Cole Bohanan taking the underhanded tactics here, doing what he can.
I do not think Blain Rage approves of those tactics by his cousin Cole Bohanan.
No, and you can see it right now. He is not taking advantage of the opportunity that Cole Bohanan
Blain
gave
Rage
him.
wants to be a champion, but he does not want to tarnish the gold or the belts while doing it.
And as you see, this continues to anger his cousin Cole Bohanan, the menace from Memphis, Tennessee.
This is very dangerous. If they cannot work together as a unit, they cannot overcome the well-oiled tag team that is Chris Turner and Mike Anthony. There is a reason that they've held those titles for a number of months.
Look at the athleticism of Blain Rage. The tempo's taking a breath total there, trying to get the crowd back in his corner. Drop there, just levels the Wild Thing.
Well, Blain Rage taking a moment, do a little pose there, although I think it's all in good fun. Not mean spirit or any malice meant behind it.
2 count there, nearly had new tag team champions.
Seeing a lot of frustration on Cole Bohanan there. He's like, man, hurry up, finish this, let's get those belts and go home.
Yeah, he's probably trying to tell Blain Rage, gouge the eyes a little bit, pull a little bit of hair, pull the tights, might have got the pinfall there. Of his own by Mike Anthony, sends the crowd here.
A boot to the head could do it, Jimmy. Do we have a 3 count?
Not quite.
No, kick out at 1.5.
Usually this late in the match, you see the wrestlers take it to 2 before kicking out, but Blain Rage won't take any chances there.
Cole Bohanan putting Mike Anthony's throat right into that rope. Blain Rage has a chance to capitalize. Is he going to, though? No! He does not approve of Cole Bohanan's strategy.
Cole Bohanan saying he's doing just fine. Tags himself in, and I guess he says that Blain Rage isn't going to get the job done. He's going to do it himself.
Well, Jimmy, it's just as I feared. The personalities of Blain Rage and Cole Bohanan are not getting along. And if they can't get along, they cannot hold belts together. Mike Anthony into the turnbuckle there. Cole Bohanan setting him up for something here.
Rolls through. It's the honor roll. Crunches Mike Anthony in half there.
Right into Mike Anthony's gut. And what is so bad, Mike Anthony is very far from his partner, Chris Turner, who is just itching to get in there and get another crack at Cole Bohanan.
And Mike Anthony's taken a lot of punishment so far in this match. Way too far from this corner. He desperately needs to get a tag, because at this point he has just taken a lot of damage.
Mike Anthony might not be the tallest or the heaviest member of the CCW locker room, but there's lightning did not strike twice.
Look at the honor roll once again. Flat flip. Could they retain? Could they retain? No!
No, a kick out at 2. Cole Bohanan still has some fight left in him. Turner's slapping the mat, trying to rally Mike Anthony.
Loose head press quickly turns the tide back in the favor of the challengers.
No finesse from Cole Bohanan. Just a vicious beatdown using that body weight advantage he has on Mike Anthony to get Mike Anthony there on the ground. Now he's tagging back in Blain Rage, thinking, guess he's like, okay, Blain, you can take it from here. Showing some team moves here now. Cole Bohanan and Blain Rage are.
Yeah, they might not be on the same page all the time. They're on the same page right there. That
they're on the same page now, but
not quite. Mike Anthony continuing to fight his way out of these dire
I said it once, I'll
situations he
say it
finds
again.
himself
There's no doubting the fighting heart of the Wild Thing, Mike Anthony.
Blain Rage sending Mike Anthony off the ropes. Another touchdown flip here. Blain Rage able to float through, send Mike Anthony back to his feet. Close line, plants him on the mat.
Mike Anthony might know what to do. He's used to using that speed he has as an advantage against bigger opponents. But Blain Rage is looking Mike Anthony in the eye, and Mike Anthony doesn't have a lot of experience facing off against guys that are as quick as he is.
Now, and Blain Rage, of course, wants to inflict all kinds of Blain damage here on his opponents. Boom! Double chop to the chest.
Mike Anthony is in enemy territory, and now Cole Bohanan and Blain Rage are taking their sweet time.
And this is classic tag team wrestling, isolating their opponent, keeping them in their corner, keeping them their body between themselves and their tag team partner, so there's no chance of getting the tag. Oh! And there it is. There is the whiteout. Could that be enough? Not quite enough.
No! Cole Bohanan kicking out. Oh, I'm sorry. Mike Anthony kicking out at 2. Mike Anthony has got to get over to Chris Turner. Chris Turner has fresh legs. He could get in and give some fight. I don't think there's much fight left in the Wild Thing, Jimmy.
And Cole Bohanan cannot believe that Mike Anthony kicked out of that move.
Quite frankly, I can't believe it either.
Continuing to isolate the Wild Thing, Blain Rage getting back in the ring. But not... Oh, there he goes. Another set of Mongolian chops straight to the chest of Mike Anthony.
And that just rips the pectorals and the flesh of your body. And that's a sting that doesn't go away, and that sting can really mess with your mind.
And a side Russian leg sweep keeps a hold of the arm. This is just fantastic pressure and drives him to the canvas. Keeps a hold of the arm once again. If you maintain wrist control, you maintain control over your opponent. It seems like a little thing, but Blain Rage just do it.
Blain Rage showing that rhythm. He's got the submission locked in. Wild Thing has endured punishment after punishment. Jimmy, I think this is it. Wild Thing is fading fast, although Chris Turner and this capacity crowd is rallying behind him.
Mike Anthony is taking so much damage in this match.
Mike Anthony has it reversed.
Gets to the ropes. Mike Anthony gets to the ropes. Keeps the tag team championships around the waist of the champions for now. But has the damage already been done
Mike
to the
Anthony
Wild
probably
Thing?
only bought him a few precious seconds. Can he even get back to his feet? The answer is yes.
But Copenhagen trying to do that. What's it? And Blain Rage to the outside. No.
Blain Rage to the outside, but now he's back on the inside. Grabbing Mike Anthony's legs, trying to keep him from getting that tag to his partner, Chris Turner. Jimmy, quite frankly, I'm surprised. Maybe I stand corrected at the teamwork that Blain Rage and Cole Bohanan are now showing. It was a little shaky at the early going, but now they're working, well, like a team.
Yeah, almost like a family right there. They might not always see eye to eye on how they do things, but right now it's being effective.
Those ropes are the only thing holding Wild Thing up at this time.
And maybe Cole Bohanan holding him by the hairs keeping up as well, but that's about it. And I think Chris Turner's seen enough out of Cole Bohanan.
All right, Chris Turner can't do this. He has to get back in his corner. He is not the legal man. He does not want the referee to disqualify him. The titles would stay with the champions, but that's not how they want to retain.
This is a clothesline. This is a clothesline of its own. And that's Mike Anthony connects. And this could be the opening he needs to tag in the legendary rock and roll Chris Turner.
Jimmy, I think this is a mistake. Mike Anthony doesn't have enough left in him. He needs to be tagging in his partner at this time.
Oh, Bohanan able to reverse. I think I have to agree with you there, Donnie. Mike Anthony had a perfect opening to get the fresher.
Hey, I stand corrected. Mike Anthony had more fight in him than I thought.
Yeah, Mike Anthony's one of the most resilient wrestlers we have here in CCW. Flies across the ring. Oh! Devastating knee to the face. It sounds like a gunshot going off here.
Mike Anthony using that patenting speed. The match is now well in hand with him. That's 1, 2. Can he do it a third time?
Oh, beautiful
cross body. Could it be enough? Could it be enough? The crowd's rallying behind him.
And if he didn't capitalize,
all he's got to do is move over, get just a finger on Cole Bohanan on a 3 count, and this match is over.
And if he didn't capitalize on tagging in Chris Turner before, this is the perfect opportunity. If he does not think he can get the pin, to get Chris Turner in, get the fresh man in, and see if he can do some damage to the challengers.
Mike Anthony doing as we predicted, going over to Chris Turner. Can he get it? Yes! Legendary rock and roll back in the ring.
Oh, and Cole Bohanan wants nothing to do with him.
No. And we're back where we started with Chris Turner and Blain Rage in the ring.
A pair of clotheslines and a back elbow to Blain Rage to the mat. And another back elbow. Rock and roll Chris Turner is rocking and rolling right now. Body slam.
Chris Turner using that slight height advantage, that he has over Blain Rage to his advantage.
Sends Blain Rage in the corner. Knee to the gut. Standing up from corner to corner. coast to coast, this time with a big back body drop.
Cole Bohanan might be regretting tagging in Blain Rage. Blain Rage kind of letting Chris Turner get the better of him at this
Did
moment.
he go for the rocket drop? Oh, Chris Turner gets sent into Cole Bohanan. You have to think that it was accidental contact.
I think that was intentional, Jim.
I don't know, it looked like Blain Rage pushed Chris Turner into Cole Bohanan, but both men, it doesn't matter. Both men are down in the center of the ring right now.
I don't like this. I don't like this one bit for Blain Rage. Cole Bohanan is not a forgiving man.
He doesn't have a tag team partner to tag in. There's nowhere for him to run right now.
Mike Anthony's had a short break. Blain Rage looking for a partner, and he's not there. Cole Bohanan is down on the ground. I don't think he's going to be getting back up anytime soon. Blain Rage doesn't see Mike Anthony behind him.
And the rocket death drop! The rocket death drop!
That could be all she wrote, Jimmy. Let's see here. 1, 2, 3.
And the tag team champions retain in Palatka. So much punishment, so much damage in this match, and we're able to take advantage of some miscommunication between Blain Rage and his cousin Cole Bohanan to retain the CCW World Titles, World Tag Team Titles, and defend them again another day. But we have to wonder what's going through the mind right now of Blain Rage and Cole Bohanan. Are they going to be able to reconcile all the differences? We don't know quite yet.
All right, Jimmy.
You can see
Chris Turner and Mike Anthony retain the titles, and they will have a short reprieve. The titles will not be defended again until WrestleBash 30, August 28th in Blackshear, Georgia.
And Cole Bohanan is getting back in the ring. What do we have going on here? He's looking.
Cole Bohanan is not happy with his cousin, Blain Rage.
Actually, looks like he might
wait
be.
a minute. No. So telling him we were this close. Close but no cigar, unfortunately.
Blain Rage unable to even get back to his feet after taking that rockin' death drop.
Well, blood is thicker than water. Cole Bohanan, actually being pretty temperamental.
I don't think we've ever seen this side of Cole Bohanan. He made
Blain Rage isn't just some random guy. That's his cousin. That's his family.
No! You kidding me? Scatter! Oh my God!
What a piece of...
Calm down. I know how you're feeling. But Cole Bohanan is just a disgusting human being to turn his back on family like that. He always takes the low road. And look how proud of himself he is. This is just disgusting behavior out of Cole Bohanan.
The family bond of Cole Bohanan and his cousin Blain Rage was not enough to get the job done. Chris Turner and Mike Anthony retain the tag team titles and will be defending them in a no-holds-barred matchup against a team that they have quite a history with. The team of Shooter McGee and Daniel Anderson. Daniel Anderson has been out of action for a while and is thirsty, is hungry, and is quite frankly just pissed off. And it would be a fine way to return to a CCW ring if he and Shooter McGee could get a victory over their hated rivals, Mike Anthony and Chris Turner, and also take the titles from Chris Turner and Mike Anthony. That matchup will be at WrestleBash 30, August 28th in Blackshear, Georgia. And now we move on to the final title here in CCW. Often I have said that the World Heavyweight Championship is the most prestigious prize that we sanction for a singles competitor here in CCW. But the Southern States title is also a fine prize to have around your waist. Many former champions, such as Landon Cruz, Darian Drummond, and even Cecil Andrews, have held the title and then went on to win the World Heavyweight Championship. So obviously, we needed a champion going into WrestleBash 30. Currently, the title was held by Solo Jones, who was a victim of the vicious attacks that have plagued our organization. And even though he was out of the hospital, he had a nagging leg injury. Now when Gino Adonis came here to CCW, he went on an undefeated streak. And it was he that defeated Landon Cruz for the Southern States title. But it was Solo Jones who defeated Gino Adonis for the title afterwards. And after that, Gino Adonis went on a hiatus. Could Solo Jones overcome that nagging leg injury that he still had and successfully defend his title and take it into WrestleBash 30? Let's find out.
The CCW Southern States Championship is on the line tonight as Solo Jones defends against the man he defeated for the title, one Gino Adonis. And this is Solo Jones' first match back since succumbing to the violent, anonymous attacks that have been plaguing the CCW locker room. And this should be a very interesting contest. Solo Jones coming in very determined as we saw in his entrance, but is nursing a knee injury at the hands of this Adonis attacker who's been laying waste to the locker room.
Yes, Solo Jones well into his second reign as Southern States champion. beating the current world champion, Darian Drummond, for the Southern States title a few months ago. Since then, he has been a fighting champion. But right now, Jimmy, it looks like he's fighting a leg injury from that attack that you mentioned earlier, by that mysterious attacker that has been wreaking havoc here in CCW locker room. But, you know, Solo Jones is a determined and fighting champion, and he's not going to let a little hurt in his leg keep him from defending the Southern States title.
No, and he's going up against a very tough matchup here tonight in the recently returned from his own knee issue in Gino Adonis.
And Gino Adonis is, as I announced there, a former Southern States champion.
And right now, it's very smart of Gino Adonis, going straight to that injured leg of Solo Jones. And you can see that boot just torquing the knee repeatedly of Solo Jones.
Solo Jones might as well come out and have a target on his kneecap there.
Yeah, at this point, I can just feel the pain in my own knee of what Solo Jones is going through.
Gino Adonis it might not be sportsmanlike, but Gino Adonis is being smart here, working on the weaknesses, few that there are, on our current Southern States champion, Solo Jones.
No, at this point, I don't know how Solo Jones is even going to be able to get back to his feet with the abuse that he's throwing toward Solo Jones' leg, and now he's throwing verbal abuse out to the crowd here in Palatka, Florida.
This is a very dangerous place for Solo Jones. Hard-hitting, used to using that physical strength. Not much of a mat technician. He's down in his weak spot here down on the mat. Gino Adonis in the dominant position, just locking in that leg. Ouch.
And this is classic professional wrestling right here. Targeting a body part, picking it apart, and it helps when that body part is already injured coming into the match.
Well, Gino Adonis, of course, has a lot of experience. Held the Southern States Championship one time for a very while before actually losing it to Solo Jones.
Yeah, he was undefeated in CCW until with the clothesline until meeting Solo Jones last time. So not only is Gino trying to get a little bit of revenge here on Solo Jones, he is trying to recapture that Southern States Championship. But one time too many, Solo Jones off the rope down, but you can see the game is already.
Solo Jones got Gino Adonis on the ground, but that leg coming back to haunt him once again. Solo Jones getting outside the ring, taking a breather, refs counting to 10.
And you can see just how quickly Solo Jones is able to turn this match around. It took one move to send Gino Adonis to the outside and give Solo Jones time to recuperate that injured knee.
I don't think it'll be enough. That knee has been plaguing him since before the bell rang.
Spear! Spear! Just cuts Gino Adonis in half.
And this is where it's coming into play, Jimmy. Right there. Solo Jones could have gotten a pin.
No!
But that second that took him to get the cover was all that Gino needed.
And Gino, as you noticed, did not kick out. He was able to get his hand up, grab the rope. If you think
good ring awareness by the former
you
champion.
didn't think if his knee was 100% healthy, he'd be able to pull Gino away, get the pin, and maintain his Southern States Championship.
A brutal clothesline by the champion, but once again on one knee because the other knee is paining him so.
And right now, I think a little bit more is paining Gino Adonis, who is struggling to get to the corner to get back to his feet to maintain that vertical base.
Solo Jones does have that vertical base, but it is very wobbly at this time. Oh! Solo Jones living up to his name, a hard hit right there on the cranium. Another! Ropes might be the only thing keeping Gino Adonis up at this point.
Gino Adonis off the ropes, coming back. Able to run the clothesline this time. And you see the knee buckles. Clothesline takes down Solo Jones.
Solo Jones is back down. I saw him grasp that leg. Ouch! Jimmy, I feel for Solo Jones. His title reign is in jeopardy at this moment. We might have a new champion in Gino Adonis.
Gino Adonis continuing to work on that injured leg. Very smart wrestling here from Gino. I might not personally like him. He's a bit cocky, a bit full of himself, a bit arrogant. But he has every right to be for how good he is between those four corners.
Yes, though it might pain some to admit it, Gino Adonis does have the record to back up that arrogance. And I'll tell you, he's going to be crowing like a rooster if he can get a victory here over Solo Jones. But I think this is a mistake, Jimmy. Gino Adonis should be going for the pin right now. The more time he lingers, the more time Solo Jones has a chance to catch his breath.
You see it right there. Solo Jones right to the breadbasket, able to Another headbutt right now, able to send Gino back to the corner. Gino might be out on the feet, might be only being held up by those turnbuckles.
Gino's opportunity might have slipped right by him there. He had a chance to get the pinfall. Chose to work on Solo Jones a little bit more, and that gave Solo Jones just enough time to recover.
Oh, that. Over for the schoolboy. Could this be it? Could this be a new champion? No!
What's he going for here?
Is he going? He's locking in a figure four.
He's got a figure four. This is very smart, Jimmy. Could it work? Could it work?
Oh, you can hear Solo Jones screaming.
Can Solo Jones power through?
Yes, the crowd here in Black Florida trying to will him out of this hold, trying to help him.
It might not be enough, Jimmy.
Oh, you can see it. You can just see the pain as he tries to find any way out of this figure four. And if you noticed right before this, it was his knee that gave out, that let him go full speed ahead into the corner, allowed Gino Adonis to take over. But Solo Jones is starting to fade as the crowd here.
The crowd getting behind Solo Jones. He's trying to use that energy, fight through that pain. Can he do it, Jimmy? Can he do it? He's trying to get the turnover. Gino Adonis trying to hold on with all his might. He's almost there, Jimmy. He's almost there. Oh, no. Gino maintains control. How much more can Solo take?
And Solo Jones, probably more than anybody on the CCW roster, feeds off the energy of this crowd. They nearly got him through, but oh no.
Oh no.
That's it!
That is it. We have a new champion, Jimmy. Lady.
Part of Solo Jones, able to avenge his only loss here in CCW and recapture that Southern States Championship. He calls himself the one, now he is the one and only Southern States Champion, Gino Adonis.
Let's give credit where credit is due. We may not have liked his tactics, but Gino Adonis is now a two-time CCW Southern States Champion. And the second reign of our former champion Solo Jones comes to an end. But all the credit in the world to Solo Jones. He didn't want to be stripped of the title after that injury. He wanted to come out and lose it in the ring, proving once again the fighting heart that he has, and is an example for everyone here in the CCW locker room.
And if you see, he did not give up. He passed out from the pain, so he fought to the very end to try to keep that Southern States Championship around his waist.
And this crowd showing their appreciation for the fighting spirit of Solo Jones. I see more victories ahead for this man, although right now he's just going to need to go back, nurse that room, come back at 100% health, and who knows?
A valiant defense by Solo Jones, but the leg injury proved too much, and Gino Adonis is the new CCW Southern States Champion, a title he will be defending at WRESTLEBASH 30 in Blackshear, Georgia. And don't forget about the other two title matchups we have. The tag team titles are also on the line in a no-holds-barred matchup as Mike Anthony and Chris Turner defend them against Shooter McGee and his returning partner Daniel Anderson. Then, in the main event, a three-way battle for the belt as Darian Drummond defends against both Landon Cruz and Cecil Andrews. Well, ladies and gentlemen, that's all the time we have for you here on this edition of Superstars of the Ring. Be sure to check our website, ccwrestling.biz, for even more details, and be sure to check our Facebook for even more updates on everything happening here in our organization. For everyone here at Continental Championship Wrestling, I'm Donnie Harris Jr., and we'll see you next time.